I think it's the same thing as like business and wealth. I feel like you don't need to make 100K a month or 50K or 30K even. Like honestly, after 10K a month, you could pretty much just sit there and be good.
Yeah.
I think it's like the person and discipline and habits that you have to acquire in order to get to that goal is the reason you try to go for that goal.
If my body was a boat, could you steer that sailor? Make it feel like it's a 1960s Hollywood trailer.
This is why I like my assistant. She gets straight to the point. Like having other people build out their personal brands. We've been having them like build out their own, the same way I did with Pinterest. That's what we've been doing with clients. And then they send me their Pinterest board and then we basically build like a personal brand playbook from it, which is pretty cool. But some of these clients that I work with are not very tech savvy. So you have to make like videos explaining how to do very simple things. So that's what I'm just going to quickly do right now. Over 1,000 posts of certain posts that I like. But our whole thing with building a personal brand is not forcing it, but adding strategy on the back end. So I want the personal brand to be, I don't want it to be forced, I want it to be based off of feeling. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to the homepage of Pinterest and put in any keywords that you like. Like for me, it's cars, outfits, tech, tennis, things that I like. And I'll scroll through. And when I see something that I like this, that I think is aesthetic or cool, I'll go to save and I'll save it to my personal brand Pinterest board. And then what we do after that is we go into the board once you're done, which by the way, do this for maybe an hour, 45 minutes. And then when you're done, what we're gonna do is go through everything and analyze, all right, what are the similarities between color, between aesthetic, and that's how we're gonna come up with your color palette, your aesthetic, and basically the foundations for your personal brand when it comes to aesthetics and branding and style, because there's much more to the infrastructure of a personal brand than just this, but this is for the design part. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. And yeah, chat soon. By the way, when I go through, because I know a lot of people are curious about this. I don't know, when I do thumbnails for clients, like right now I'm working with Max Pearson, I go crazy. So one of the things that I do, which I think is important, like in regards to YouTube, first of all, the importance of split testing. I'm just going to show you this. I don't know. I think I've showed you this before, dude, but if you go to, let me go to my channel and pull up one of my most popular videos. I'll show you. One of my most popular videos was underperforming the first day. And I have this tool called View Stats. If I go and search my video inside of View Stats, you could see the first day it was underperforming. And I looked at the data and saw that I should like change the thumbnail. Literally 24 hours later, I changed the thumbnail and the video absolutely exploded. Like it has over 230,000 views now. It's crazy. So what I do when I work with clients, because like I have the agency side of things and then also just my own channel. And I basically come in here in Photoshop and I'll create different concepts. So like right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different concepts. And then for each concept, I have small micro tweaks here, like fonts, colors, that kind of thing. And then what I do is I go into this tool called Thumbnail Tester and I basically run the split tests. First, I split test the concepts. So in this case, I would split test all of these separate, completely different concepts on the left. And then out of the ones that win that, so let's say this top one wins, I'll split test all of the variations of that. And that is literally how you can one of the easiest ways to make a video blow up. I don't know, I find that really interesting. I thought I would mention that.
Yeah. No idea.
Because a lot of people just post videos and just let the video sit there. And they wonder why it doesn't do well. But you can quite literally revive a video from, this video, it's one of my top performing videos. It's over 200,000 views. And the same thing with this one, almost 400,000 views. Those were both underperforming in the beginning. But I split test the titles and the thumbnails. And it literally made a monumental difference. It's crazy, the power of split testing.
Yeah, so now you met my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute, but I'm biased. I say he's cute.
No, but he's cute. He's cute.
Is he?
Yeah,
cool.
He's cute, yeah.
They have until 40 days to submit it. If they don't submit it within then, we can go into the companies that do Samaj and EDP for electricity and water and go and turn it on in the house without the camera's approval and then move in.
Legit.
And then once we move into the house, we're going to probably get a Tesla. But because I finally convinced my wife, because she doesn't like electric cars. they freak her out.
It's a very Portuguese thing not to like.
I know it is.
Like,
Yeah, I know it is. So I finally convinced her to get a Tesla. So now we're between. She likes the Model X, but I like the brand new Model Y, the SUV.
Yeah.
So now that's what we're trying to figure out before we get it. They have Korean fried chicken. Trying to think of like, typically brands, they pay for a significant amount in ad spend every single month on Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads to get seen by people and for those people to convert and buy their product, offer, service, whatever it is. The thing is, there's one, overhead costs, and two, you're going out to a cold audience. YouTube, the reason it makes so much sense when you think about the way YouTube works, so you can get like, make a lot of revenue or generate a lot of revenue from a low amount of views or subscribers as long as they're targeted, is because we all believe in ads and the way ads works. YouTube's the same thing, but it's even better because the people who watch become really like much warmer than a cold audience because they are already clicking on to your content because they're interested, right?
And the thing about like social media, like YouTube versus social media, because YouTube is like long form, it's even like better for like trust.
So yeah, Google has a statistic out. I talk about this a lot in my cohort. Like people typically need to spend around 7 hours of watch time with you before purchasing from you, which is why YouTube's so much more powerful and converts more. Like I was working with a client. He has over 16 million subscribers, and one of his shorts had over 100 million views. The conversion rates were horrific. They were horrible because it was on the short. Yeah. Versus like long form, you have clients that I work with who get 1,000 views and are making like 100K a month or more. But it's the whole premise of like, because they're targeting the right person, the person's clicking onto them, engaging with them, watching them, believing in them. Inside that video, they're conveying their expertise, their credibility, and then the people go and book a call with them or whatever, and then they purchase into the product. Like it's a similar premise to ads, just way stronger, way more powerful, and organic.
It makes complete sense.
And organic. Like you don't have to have ad spend. And I don't like ads because I like ads with retargeting. I think it's powerful. I don't like cold ads because you're just like you are reaching an audience of people who are scrolling with a short piece of content. Like the likelihood of them converting is just exponentially lower than through a YouTube video.
Yeah, of course. That makes complete sense, yeah.
That's why some of the biggest, most wealthy people generating the most revenue right now are building personal brands and they're building YouTube channels. And that's why there's so much demand for the business model that I'm in. Like getting on a client call. If you look at the background, dude, it's like, it looks like I'm in like the Bahamas. Look, you see the background? It like looks like I'm in the Bahamas right now. They're gonna be like, what are you doing? Why are you not in your office? And you like point it up like this. The unique edge here, especially with you with info products and so online, we're like, oh, we need this, or we need to go into a warehouse space like they are because it's visually cool. But we can have a lot stronger of a market fit in the sense that like we can education or like online is a lot more applicable. It's a lot easier for somebody to start. Like not everyone watching could very well be interested. Like if 100 people watch, 90 could be interested or have thought of starting a course before and want to learn more. Versus if you were like running a Mint clothing brand or something, and you were in your warehouse, it's like maybe only 10 out of that 100 would really be interesting in running gear or learning about how to run a Shopify store. You know what I mean? So I think that the unique edge here actually is that we would have a way stronger synergy between the people who are watching and the offer and content and education that funnels into the offer, if that makes sense. 90% of the people content creators have in common is they're all building some sort of e-commerce business. Like that's the business type. I don't know why. So it's like there's a huge market here for content outside of that niche of business. You know what I mean? Which is going to be really cool. And I think you could bring in, like, looking at the new casual core audience, you could bring in a lot of the new with that idea you had as well. I guess like the whole reason that you schedule YouTube videos is because you can actually, there's an analytical feature inside of the analytics in YouTube Studio where you could see what time your audience is most online. Yeah. And usually for clients, which way? I just choose the time that most of them are online. Oh, okay. So like Max Pearson, For yeah, for YouTube, most of them are online on YouTube at around 3:30
Okay. Makes sense.
for because most of the audience is in the U.S.
All right.
At least with this client. Money is it's really an emotional game, a mental and emotional game. I think just like fitness too, dude. Because like I was saying a year ago when I was broke, $5,000 a month was like monumentally huge for me, and now it doesn't sound like that much, and I don't mean that to like brag.
Yeah.
But it's genuinely like when you start to generate revenue and you start to work with people who make significantly more than you, you realize it's just a number. And secondly, you realize like, wow, the way that it's literally truly like emotional.
Yeah.
Too many people, the reason money becomes such an issue is because they tie so much emotion to it. The second you take emotion out of it, it is so much easier. So much easier.
Bro, that's cool. I completely agree.
It has been really game changing, just that one thing. Like I was saying, it's like fitness though, like the marathon. Dude, I ran a marathon. I wasn't trained to run a marathon and I got injured. But the only reason I finished was because I mentally told myself I will either die or finish the marathon. I know that sounds super dramatic, but like when I'm training for a marathon, 12 miles or 6 miles even sometimes feels hard.
Yeah.
But in the marathon, it was hard, but I did it, even though I'd never run that far before. And the whole purpose of that, the whole like premise of it, I think, is it's genuinely a lot in life is a mental and emotional game. See, this is what I love. My assistant, we have an agency client, and she's like, "Oh, I'll hop on a call to handle the fires that are going on right now."
Yeah.
But she decided to have a kid, and now I'm just kidding. But now I'm gonna be for like her time off. I'm gonna be all alone, trying to put out the fire. Oh, it's gonna be a stressful 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But if she needs more, I'm gonna have to give her more.
Did you say 2 weeks, bro? She's pregnant. She's gonna have a baby.
She's the one who said a week. I said 2. And now we're gonna make it however long she needs. But I'm not, dude. It's gonna be stressful. This is gonna be such a good spot to train.
Yeah.
Because like the problem with where I'm training right now, it's so hilly. There's so many hills, and it's like I think the reason my hip is jacked is because like sometimes I'll step in a pothole later on.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be perfect. These are actually, I have these shoes already. I absolutely love them, but I've just ran them to death. So I ordered a new pair for the marathon. They're 350 euros for these shoes. But dude, look at these. These are so sick. They're like, I've tried a lot of running shoes. These running shoes are by far my favorite. I think they're the Zoom X. I don't know much about them, but I know they feel amazing.
Yeah.
And the last time I ran a marathon, I ran them in the Vaporflies, I think, for anybody who knows running shoes, which aren't as good as these. These are newer. And man, I can't wait to run it in this. Although I'm 10 times more nervous for this marathon than the last one, because the last one was my first one, and I didn't know how much pain to expect. And now I know how painful it is.
It's bad.
I'm 10 times more nervous for this marathon because now I know the amount of pain that has to go into it.
You were just chill for the other one. It was like,
Well, yeah, the other one I was like, I've run 12 miles before without much training.
I just keep running.
I just keep running.
Yeah, just keep running.
And then I ran to the finish line with a tore not hamstring, quad. But dude, that was one of the most painful experiences of my life. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm very nervous for this one. I'm more trained, but I'm nervous.
No, but what I was saying to you earlier was about marathons. People trip, like the running community is super cool, but people trip that I like just went straight to a marathon. But I was just saying it to say it, and then I was like, this might be a philosophical moment or really just a moment about me, but the reason I did that was just to like gauge how much pain I could handle. And because last year, like we said, last year, I literally couldn't even afford like baby food for my kid. And nothing that I was doing was working. And then basically I was like, I just needed a win, and nothing in business was working for me. So I just decided to run a marathon to just kind of like almost punish myself. And when I did that, like, I mean, I pulled my what was it? My thigh, right?
Yeah, your
the,
quad.
The
Yeah.
quad, thank you. I pulled my quad and everything, but I feel like it was finishing that marathon despite like the immense amount of pain that I went through because I wasn't trained to do it, but forcing my mind to push myself through. I genuinely believe like that was like the catapult or the moment that catapulted everything for me to finally make a shift in business, because I just kept taking so many L's that I got used to losing. I got used to being broke, and I got used to not being able to like even afford, like struggle to figure out how I was going to buy baby food for my kid. And I basically went through the marathon to like, from like a personal level, like really to punish myself. Because I literally told myself the words, I was like, I will die before I stop running. I pulled a quad mile 18 and ran the rest of the way with a pulled quad because I refused to stop, because I needed the win so bad. And then after that, like, in getting the medal and everything, and like, I wasn't even smiling that much. I was just like taking in the fact that I finished something, accomplished something, and finally got like a W, a win. I'm even getting goosebumps bro talking about it, because that was genuinely like the moment where I was like, I proved to myself that even though it's super hard, I can still push through, and I can handle way more pain than I thought I could. And then from there, I took that into basically building a business, because what people don't get is like with entrepreneurship as well, it's like running a marathon. There's so much get rich quick stuff, but it's honestly like running a marathon. It's not a sprint. And you're going to hit walls the same way you do in a marathon. And you just need to learn and find ways to push through that, get through it, and find small wins to get the W's. Because, anyways, yeah, all of this, that's what made me think about it. But